Did you know that girls play games too? Well, apparently video game companies didn't, and still mainly don't. After all, girls can't possibly enjoy games about guns, fast cars, or violence. They like pink things and fluffy animals, and no boy has ever enjoyed dressing up, caring for animals, or playing with dolls. After discovering that they were actively not marketing to 50% of the population, video game companies realized that, with their unfortunate habit of wanting jobs and earning the same as men, marketing games to girls is not always as simple as making a basic horse game and slapping glitter and pink things on the front cover. Although many did try. When we revisit nostalgic games, we mainly end up talking about the Legend of Zeldas, the Spyros, and the Final Fantasies of the world. And while many girls did play these games, we rarely talk about the numerous and often downright bizarre and pandering games made for the female of the species that were also stacked in those same computer cabinets. So here we are now. I'm Ben from TripleJump, and here are the 10 weirdest career games for girls. Number 10. My Animal Centre in Africa. Caring for animals is a very simple premise, taking into consideration the number of books, TV shows, and games that have been made about it. I could have filled this entire list with them, but I won't because, well, that would be horrible. While actually looking after the real thing isn't half as fun as they might think, a game where you can look after as many fluffy animals as you want without any of the added responsibility, hair all over the settee, or dirty hoof prints on the carpet is the best of both worlds for animal-obsessed children and their long-suffering parents. It's not part of the same series, but My Animal Centre in Africa is incredibly similar to the 3 Poorly Pets games released by Ubisoft in the same year of 2007. While these other games give you a more typical roster of cats, dogs, horses, and rabbits to care for brought in by numerous concerned locals, My Animal Centre in Africa plonks you down in a cottage clinic in the middle of the Sahara and tasks you with caring for zebras, lion cubs, elephants, and leopards. It may sound good, but first you'll be given a metric ton of meerkats to look after, which are admittedly cute, but get boring after the 5th time they try to sell you car insurance. Number 9. Barbie Secret Agent. For a plastic doll, the sheer amount of careers that Barbie has had over the years has probably made her CV thick enough to break the table every time she interviews for new jobs. Her little expedition, popping over to Tibet and Egypt to discover diamonds and precious artifacts, apparently caught the attention of MI6, because in between her hobbies of being a fashion model, a nail salon artist, and actual Rapunzel, she has also had time to become a highly trained secret agent. Released by Vivendi in 2001 for Windows, Barbie's Secret Agent, or Secret Agent Barbie if you want to get serious about this, follows Barbie and friends TM as they travel around New York, Egypt, Paris, and Tokyo in her totally inconspicuous pink and purple spy jet to solve the theft of her friend Teresa's fashion line. Because if anyone is qualified to chase down a clothes thief, it's an international espionage group. Blocky and with terrifying character designs, the game has been described as a Metal Gear clone, although with one difference: you get to pick the outfits for every mission Barbie does. Solid Snake wishes he had the ability to rock that many looks. Number 8. Betty Boop's Double Shift. Betty Boop certainly has moved up in the world, as after having worked stints in several restaurants over the years, she now owns her own diner, probably to supplement her acting career, which admittedly has been rather sparse since 1939. Developed by Black Lantern Studios for the Nintendo DS in 2007, Betty Boop's Double Shift follows Max Fleischer's famous cartoon Flapper Girl as she takes a leaf from Diner Dash's book, setting up her own 40s-style American diner, bussing tables and serving customers, while also taking breaks at the end of every shift to perform songs in the form of mini rhythm games. While the game's design doesn't quite have the same inventive creepiness of those old rubber hose style of animation, the game's customers and other NPCs are based on recurring characters from Betty's old cartoons. Hiring Gus the Gorilla as her bouncer and waiting tables for her on-again, off-again love interest Fearless Fred, her annoying cousin Irving, Willy Wolf, and spooky scary skeletons. While the diner doesn't exactly serve food, the customers can instead order a milkshake or a candy from the candy dish at the bar, as well as request music to be played by the in-house band, featuring Betty's boyfriend Bimbo on the double bass, Grampy on the piano, and Coco the Clown on trumpet. No sign of the singing walrus though. Number 7. Imagine Party Planner. Is party planning a real job? Event planning is, and I doubt that Pinkie Pie has a degree in hospitality management, but I'll let it slide for now. First though, let me just Google what a Pinkie Pie is. One of the many millions of Imagine games produced by Ubisoft for Nintendo over the years, Imagine Party Planner was one of 18 Imagine games released in 2009 alone, and one of 4 released that September. This wasn't the first time Imagine Games ventured into the event planning industry, with 2008's Wedding Designer being the more well-known and better documented of the 2 games, although the fact that footage exists for Party Planner at all puts it above a lot of them. Sorry, Imagine Pet Hospital, your gameplay will apparently forever be lost to time. You play as Valerie, a professional party planner who is tasked with organising parties and events for the rich and famous, choosing dresses, designing cakes, making decorations, and even sending out the invites. Although that might just be laziness on the party host's part. It's called a letterbox, can't you use it? No? Okay. Although if that's Valerie on the front cover, then she is way too young to be running a professional business. Who's trusting this 12-year-old with weddings and reviewing her parties in Cosmopolitan? Where are your parents? Number 6. Barbie and her sisters, puppy rescue. Running an animal rescue, like running a vet, is a popular dream job for most children, so naturally Barbie has also had her hand in that too. The most recent game on this list, Barbie and her sisters Puppy Rescue, was developed by Taurus Games and released by Little Orbit in 2015 for all the usual gaming platforms. Barbie and her massive extended family have taken on yet another venture, and this time it's Robert's Sisters Puppy Rescue. Hang on, since when did Barbie have a last name? Barbara Millicent Roberts. Barbie has parents? Anyway, the main goal of this game is to ride or glitch your way around Barbie's open-world hometown in order to find lost puppies, taking them back to the clinic for medical treatment, training, and walks before returning them to their owners. There seems to be a spree of puppy thefts around town, or just a load of really neglectful owners, considering Barbie's based an entire profitable business model on searching for and finding them in one relatively small city. Although they probably do lose a lot of money through various fines, what with her running around active construction sites and storm drains without permission or the correct protective gear. And that's careless. Number 5. Babysitting Mama. With all that cooking, crafting, camping, running sweet shops and lawsuits she has to deal with, Mama really has her work cut out for her. And now she's got it into her head to add babysitting to her ever-increasing list of professions and responsibilities. Is she even being paid? Does Mama have a 9-to-5 job on top of all of this? How does she find the time? Released for Wii in 2010 by Cooking Mama Limited, Babysitting Mama is, like most of the other Mama games, a collection of mini-games with Mama teaching you the ins and outs of babysitting, even coming with a doll to put the nunchuck controller in so that you can actually get used to swinging a real baby around your head when trying to calm it down. Having said that, the way to fail levels in Cooking Mama is usually by mishandling the ingredients. Mishandling a baby is really a whole different matter. Don't worry, Mama will fix it. Barbie isn't going to take this challenge to her record of most businesses run by a single woman lying down. She had her own in-browser babysitting game looking after her baby sister Chrissy, although she's apparently all but vanished since 2001. What happened to baby Chrissy, Barbara? She's in the storm drains, isn't she, Barbara? Number 4. Hello Kitty, Apron of Magic. Okay, I will admit we're kind of stretching the definition of career here, but cooking is a job and this game was just too weird to not include. While Betty Boop is all too happy bussing tables, Hello Kitty has her sights set on being a chef. Developed by Examu and released in 2010 as an arcade machine game in Japan, Hello Kitty Apron of Magic was later ported as an eShop exclusive for the Nintendo 3DS in Europe in 2015, as well as receiving an iOS release in 2012. Changing things up a bit from just being solely a cooking or a rhythm game, Apron of Magic not only combines the two, but also features a collectible card element. The original arcade game featured physical cards that you could collect and then scan into the machine to unlock in-game characters and recipes. For ports to the Nintendo 3DS and iOS, the cards were made virtually unlockable in the game itself, just for added levels of confusion. Walking around the neighborhood of Apron City, you meet your fellow creatures and play cooking games with them. It's just like Animal Crossing, except you get to stare into the black, lifeless eyes of your neighbors as they slowly bounce from side to side to a haunting and monotone vocal Vocaloid song. Number 3. Imagine Family Doctor. Developed by now bankrupt French gaming company Wizarbox, Imagine Family Doctor was released in March 2009, 6 months before Imagine Party Planner. Miraculously, it is one of the few more obscure Imagine games that actually has proper game footage available online and not just someone filming themselves playing it on their DS. While the majority of these kinds of games focus on animals and setting up your own veterinary practice, this game instead focuses on the most dangerous game. Man, by which I mean becoming a family GP. The game itself is pretty basic, using the stylus to interact with the 2D cartoon patients, checking their blood pressure, cleaning their wounds, and blowing on their injuries. Wait, that's not hygienic. Who gave me my license? Being a GP, you don't get to handle the really nasty injuries like blood and guts. Imagine intensive care wasn't deemed suitable for children, unfortunately. What you get to deal with instead is all the little bumps and scrapes that people come to moan to you about. A bruise? Get the hell out of here, you time waster. What do you think I am? Get your mum to kiss it better. I've got wounds I need to blow on. Number 2. My Pet Shop. Aside from veterinarian and animal rescuer, running a pet shop is another dream job you want as a kid and regret not becoming as an adult. After all, you get to care for an endless amount of animals without risking boredom or enduring the emotional devastation of them kicking the bucket. Like an animal rescuer, you also get the satisfaction of uniting people together with their ideal companions, and you get paid for it to boot. Do adopt though, if you can. Just a quick aside. Developed by Taito and released by Square Enix in 2009 for Nintendo DS, My Pet Shop moves you and your mother from Gold City to Greentown, setting up a brand new pet shop and discovering a populace itching to buy animals. When you don't have any pets currently in stock, you're on a mission to supply them by any means necessary. Like a more morally dubious Pokemon, if you can imagine such a thing, you can kidnap a range of wild animals from around your quaint little town and imprison them, dress them up, exploit them for prizes, and then sell them on. Keep them fit and they will love you. These aren't just lost or feral dogs and cats either, these are penguins, foxes, and pandas. And I'm quite certain there are laws against this, and I can't imagine any other game having. Oh, come on. Number 1. Love is in Bloom, the flower shop garden. Running a florist doesn't seem too bad. Let's see here. Follows a young couple's growing relationship while working together to create a successful florist business. That sounds delightful. Let's just. Oh god, they're naked! Released by Zushi Games for the Nintendo DS and Wii Are you recognizing a pattern here? For the Nintendo DS and Wii in 2009, Love is ... in Bloom : the flower shop garden is somehow a family-friendly game for ages 3 and up, which is a relief because the cover looks like a mixture of a cute greetings card and something parents give their kids when they're too nervous about giving them the talk. After meeting, the 2 unnamed lovebirds take the normal, gradual first step of setting up their very own florist business together as a convoluted way of buying one another gifts. You know, the normal way that blossoming early relationships happen. The game itself is a series of mini challenges, including picking flowers, mowing the lawn, and serving customers in order to earn money before frittering it away on loving gifts for your partner. It's a good thing that this couple are catering to a weird flower-obsessed nudist colony, otherwise I doubt they'll be getting any customers at this rate. Did the game designers just not have time to design any clothes, or no? Okay. And that's our list. What bizarre career games did you used to play as a child? Tell us about it in the comments below. You can follow myself and TripleJump on Twitter here, and while you're at it, why not support the things you enjoy by having a look at our Patreon. Finally, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Ben from TripleJump, and thanks for watching.